In this video, we're going to cover who you should target on Facebook and how. So, we're done setting stuff up. We're done with the boring part. This is where marketing and strategy actually come into play. And I'm going to show you exactly how we do this. So, targeting for us happens in 3 tiers, and each tier might not apply to you depending on if you have a website, sort of what you've already built in your business, and that's okay. All of these targeting options that I'm going to cover are highly effective. No matter what niche you're in, you can target, you can find your audience on Facebook, unless of course, your market isn't allowed on Facebook, if you're dating or something like that. Otherwise, absolutely, you can find your audience. Please look down in the resources section. There's the complete guide to Facebook advertising targeting options, and it's a good overview of all of the targeting options that are here within this box that you don't even realize are there. So, it doesn't look like much. It is. You can target people who eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. It's really powerful. So definitely take a look at that. And then of course I'm going to go a lot more in depth here within this video. So when we go to set up a campaign, so, we went through this part in the last video, actually, selecting your image, writing your copy, etc. When we're ready to set up a campaign, the first tier of people that I'm going to target are our people. So that's going to happen through website custom audiences. So if you don't have a website, ignore this for now, other than to keep in mind that you should put one of these pixels on your landing page, any pages you have, so that you can start collecting this data. But a website custom audience is basically just a pixel that you're going to put in the header of your website, and it's going to collect people who visit your website and then visit Facebook. And basically, it's so powerful because it allows you to retarget people even based on the pages they visited. So you'll notice here in our audience section, we have a lot of different audiences here. You'll notice data file custom audiences. Those are email lists that we've uploaded. So obviously right now we're going for leads. So you're not going to target your email list unless it's, a funnel that you're trying to put them through to make money or re-engage them. So for now, we're going to focus on these website custom audiences. So you'll notice, I'm going to sort this. So you'll notice under website custom audiences, we have, bigger picture audiences. I think this one's on the next page. So we have bigger picture audiences like digitalmarketer.com. So these are people who have visited our site and then, went to Facebook. They're collected here in this audience. Perfect audience to target because they're familiar with our brand, but they may not have actually given us their email address. So this is our people, as I call it. This is where we're going to go first because they're the warmest traffic. And we want to, get some good data in terms of image and copy. They're the perfect place to start. So with these website custom audiences, all you have to do is go to create audience, create custom audience from your website, view your custom audience pixel. This is going to go in the header of your website. So if you have WordPress, whatever your site's built on, you just pop this code into the header, similar to how you did in the thank you page when we were looking at the lead pages video. But this will go in the header template of your entire site. You want this to cover your entire site. The reason you want that, and this only needs to go once. It only has to go on your site one time. Once it's on your site, you can create different audiences based on which pages they visited. So for example, if I want to create an audience based on people who are interested in social media, I would go back through all of our blog posts that have to do with social media. I would get the URL from each blog post and I would insert them here within this social media audience. This is a way for you to segment your Facebook traffic just like you segment your email list. So social media, and I would do, if we were doing digitalmarketer.com, I would have left it at all website visitors. But for now, people visiting specific pages, and I would copy and paste the URLs of the blog posts that have to do with social media. I would also put this to 180 days. That's the max amount of time they're going to allow you to keep these people in an audience, and I always use that number. So this is the first thing you need to do, guys. You need to set these audiences up. Obviously, you can't start using them right now. You have to let the data collect a bit. It will say that it will have this little red sign here until you have at least 20 people collected on the audience. But once you have this set up, it's incredibly powerful. So you'll see we have digitalmarketer.com, people who went to blogging posts, people who went to conversion posts, and we have a lot more on the other page. So obviously, guys, this is for people who already have websites, or if you want to put it on your lead pages, landing page, that's awesome. Start collecting this data because you want to go back out and target these people who have visited your website or your landing page and didn't convert. So that's a way, that's tier one. That's a way to target your people. That also includes, people who like your fan page already. But that's already included down here in the targeting. So when I create an ad for the first time, I target our people. So I would do digital marketer, maybe even some of our sister sites that we share similar members like Startup Jungle. I'm going to target our people. I'm also going to go down here to the locations, and I'm going to put the top 4 or 5 countries that I know buy things from us. I went to Infusionsoft, sort all the purchases and see which countries do people actually buy. I mean, you could do the top 10 countries. If you're a local business, obviously you're only going to want to do the US, or you're only going to want to do a zip code. This is going to be different for everyone. So, but for us, I do these 4 to 5 countries. They're English speaking. They're going to understand our ads. From there, with our people, I leave the age and gender as is because they've already visited our website. I'm not going to narrow this audience down anymore. And you can't really worry about audience size when you're targeting these custom audiences because it is what it is. And in the next tier, I'll explain when you're going to cold traffic, the audience size that you should try to hit. So guys, this is really what you're going to fill out when you're targeting your people if you already have website custom audiences filled out. And then scroll down and this will be the same for all of them no matter what. So we'll go through that when I explain the next tier. So for those of you guys who don't have a website custom audience set up, which is totally fine, and for anyone who does and wants to scale the traffic out further, we're going to go to tier 2. So tier 2 has to do with this interest box right here. And you can also, right here, interest targeting. So what is interest targeting? Interest targeting is where you can target other Facebook pages or pseudo keywords that are related to your market. So you would want to sit down and you would want to think, what do they read? What magazines do they read? What blogs do they read? What books do they read? For the digital marketing community, our people read, Entrepreneur Magazine, the influencers in our niche, Mari Smith, Ryan Deiss, Frank Kern. These are big Facebook pages that we can target where our people are hanging out. So where are these people hanging out? What tools do they use? For digital marketing, people use Optimized Press. People use Hootsuite. People use sites to lead pages. They're interested in Facebook marketing. What events do they attend? So where do your people go? What events? Are there niche events that you can target on Facebook? And then what are other pages liked by people who like the above pages? So sit down for your interest targeting and start making lists in each of these categories. Just anything you can think of, lists and lists. And hop over to Facebook. So I'm going to hop over to Chrome, to another browser here to show you how to do this. But make your list and then start typing these people in. So Mari Smith, cool. She's got a Facebook page with a good amount of people on it. Great. We're going to target her. Frank Kern. Oh, that's his personal page. Great. Almost 50,000 likes. We'll keep him on the list. Hootsuite. Cool. Almost 500,000 likes. Perfect. We'll keep them on the list. And keep doing this, guys. Keep your list going of these Facebook pages in your niche that you want to target. Where are these people hanging out? If you are this person, what would you like on Facebook? So I create that list of pages. And if I need more, I use this cool trick. So you're in Graph Search and you're going to type pages liked by people who like Ryan Deiss. So a page that is really, really specifically your market. So Ryan is a perfect influencer to use for this example. Maybe you would use Mari Smith. Maybe you would use Hootsuite. Whatever you know is a great page for your market, use this trick. So pages liked by people who like Ryan Deiss. Cool. Frank Kern, Internet Marketing Party, Digital Marketer, Anthony Robbins, Traffic and Conversion Summit, Trey Smith, ClickFunnels, Funnel Experts, Smart Passive Income. So what I'm doing right now, guys, I'm adding all of these people to the list because Facebook is telling me the people who like Ryan Deiss also like these other pages. These are other pages where Ryan Deiss fans are hanging out or where, Hootsuite fans are hanging out. This is a great research tool and it's Facebook telling you where these people are on other pages. So what you want to do, you want to continue to make your list as big as you want to make this list. And then we're going to go back over to our audiences. So we're still in tier 2 of Facebook targeting and we're in this interest box. And what I'm going to start doing, I'm going to start typing all of these names that I found using Graph Search. And also, the previous list that we had created based off of these 5 questions here. You're going to notice that some pages won't come up. Like Digital Marketer, for some reason, isn't going to come up. Facebook, has their Rolodex of pages, and it really all depends. So I plan on about 50% of the pages actually showing that I expect to show. Another cool thing you can use is these suggestions down here. So this is a way also for Facebook to say, okay, guys, You've entered these 4 pages. Here are pages most like those pages. So I'll also start selecting these because Facebook knows better than I do. So what you want to do, guys, is you want to make sure that you're keeping this audience over here to start out with around 500,000 to 1 million people. So if I was to enter Tony Robbins, he has almost 5 million people liking his page. That's going to cause a problem. This is too many people to start out with. You want to go for these pages that have, 50,000, 200,000's okay, even up to 400,000's okay. But with this, it doesn't become targeted enough. So even if they make your list and you enter them here in interest, you need to look and say, oh wow, Tony just increased my potential reach by, 2 million people. That's too much. That's not targeted enough. So, continue to put your interests here until you reach an audience based off your list, based off these suggestions, based off what Graph Search told you, around 500,000 to 1 million people. This is a really great way, guys, to find the right people because they're hanging out on these pages in your market. Something else you can do too, guys, if you're having trouble with your potential reach size. So say you've entered a bunch of pages you want. Say, you didn't enter any Tony Robbins big pages. You just have 30 pages about this size and you're sitting at 2 million. A great way to target your audience down is by age and gender. And if you go to the complete targeting guide down in the resources section, I explain how to do this, but you want to use Alexa and SimilarWeb to find the demographics of people who are visiting these websites. So go to Amy Porterfield's website. Look at her demographics. Is it mostly female? What is their age? Do that research for all of your interests as long as they have websites, and that will allow you to come to a conclusion of, hey, I've entered all these interests and it's the potential reach is too big, but hey, I'm going to define this because I know that the people that we actually want to target are 25 to 44 and they're male. So that will decrease your potential reach down to that 500,000 to 1 million spot where you really want to be. So guys, this is tier 2, interest. Very powerful. You can do this with no list, no website. This is a great way to target people in your market. Do this. Absolutely. So now to move to tier 3. And just to recap, guys, tier 1, we would have entered our website custom audiences, our locations, and we would have placed the order. We would have created a similar ad, which creates another ad set. It would have already had all this information filled out, and we would have erased the custom audiences up here, and we would have put these interests in. And then we would have filled this out and placed the order. Thirdly, tier 3, using Facebook's awesome new targeting options. And this is really where you're going to have to do a little research through this more demographics area right here and this behaviors area right here. I can't go through and read all of these to you guys, but there's some cool stuff in there. What kind of vehicle do they own? Do they donate to charity? What are their political views, life events? Are they a mom, a big city mom? Are they a parent? What's their home value? What's their network? What industry do they work in? What is their job title? Are you targeting real estate agents? Cool. Put that in the job title. Target people who have put their job title on Facebook as as real estate agents. So go through and see what Facebook has to offer here. And there could be some game changers in here for your niche. What type of food and drink do they consume? Are they parents of 4 to 12-year-olds? Maybe you sell a product that teaches kids how to read. Great. You would target parents of, a certain age range, that have children of a certain age range. You need to look into all of these options and really see if there's anything there for you. If not, fine. Go back to the interests. So many people have Facebook pages. So many brands have Facebook pages, and you can target them here. But make sure you're keeping these tiers separate. You're not going to target website custom audiences and interests in the same category until we go to the next video for scaling ads. You're not going to target interests and then come here into more demographics and go to job title. You're not going to go to behaviors and target all these at the same time. Think of them as separate entities. So if you are going to do tier 3 and you have found some targeting options here that fit, what your market is, you can find those either here in the more demographics or down here by browsing through the behaviors. And they've also even added this more categories form field since I even wrote that complete targeting guide. So guys, 3 ways to think about it. Target your people, target interests, and then target the rest of the options Facebook gives you in terms of the third-party data they've collected. So just to show you how you would go about this bottom portion, I'm just going to enter a few interests in here. Of course, we would want, again, 500,000 to 1 million, but just to save your time, of course, we're not going to enter that. So what you would do, scroll down. If this is the first ad set you've submitted for this campaign, you're going to create a new campaign, make it something you'll remember, just like I had. I had social swipe file conversions. Okay? You're going to hit save for that. And then your ad set name. Guys, this is where you identify who you're targeting. So if it helps you, tier 1 are people. Tier 2, interests. For the sake of this one, this would be tier 2, interests. Per day, this really depends on what you're willing to spend and what you're seeing, your lead cost at. I would start them at $10, $15, $20 a day. You're always going to optimize for website conversions. You don't even have to worry about bidding with this because we're using website conversions. So keep optimize for website conversions selected right there. And then you're going to hit place the order. So after you place the order, guess what? You can go ahead and create a similar ad. So are you ready to go to tier 3? You want to erase these additional interests and you want to go into behaviors and you want to target event creators. Cool. Go down. Leave the campaign. You would want to go back and use existing campaign, find social swipe file conversions, select that from there, and then create a new ad set. And this would be tier 3, event planners. So guys, this is the way, and then again, $10, $15, $20 a day, place order, and then create a similar ad. If you've only done tier 1 and tier 2. So guys, this is the way we set up all of our campaigns right off the bat. You'll get good data. Everything will be housed, in your campaign manager. You'll be able to go to social swipe file conversions. You'll be able to see, websites and email lists. Those are our people. You'll be able to see interests. However you name the ad sets, that's going to be right here. And this is going to allow you to click on these ad sets and actually look at how your tests are going, what's your cost per conversion. And it's really that simple, guys. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to scale these ads. And it's really just a simple trick, a simple Facebook feature we use to take our successful ads and blow them out of the park and generate some serious leads.